And you're going to move the whole of Lancre?
Yes.
15 years into the future?
Yes.
You'll never do it round the old kingdom on your own?
I've thought about that. I'm going to need some help.
Oh, bleeding bloody hell.
Magrat waited for the fool. As he approached, she saw a sad, thin little man in a ridiculous jester's outfit and practically a hunchback.
But then Magrat realised that Fool was not a little man, but of average height. He made himself small by hunching his shoulders, bandying his legs, and walking in a half-crouch that made him appear as though he was capering on the spot.
He rubbed his arm and gave her a lopsided smile as he sat beside her on a small log. The air between them crackled with unspoken thoughts and wild surmising.
Been a fool long?
All my life. Cut my teeth on a set of bells.
I suppose it gets handed on father to son.
I never saw much of my father. He grew up to be a fool for the Lords of Quern when I was small.
That's terrible. Still, must be a good life, you know, making people laugh.
No, it's a terribly serious business. The College of Fools in Ankh-Morpork is one of the strictest, dullest, most Spartan colleges in the whole of the Discworld.
Do you want to be anything else?
What else is there? I haven't seen anything else I could be. How did you get to be a witch? I mean, did you go to a school or something?
Oh no. Goody Wember walked down to the village one day, got all the girls lined up, and chose me. You don't choose your craft, you see. It chooses you.
Yes, but when did you actually become a witch?
When the others treat you as one, I suppose. If they ever do. I thought they would after that spell in the corridor. It was pretty good after all.
Marry, it was a rite of passage. Sorry. The other witches being those two old ladies.
Yes.
Very strong characters, I imagine.
Very. They're quite nice, really. It's just that when you're a witch, you don't really think about other people. Well, you do think about them, you just don't think about their feelings, if you see what I mean.
You're not like that.
Look, I wish you'd stop working for the Duke. You know what he's like, torturing people and setting fire to their cottages.
But I'm his fool. Right until he dies, I'm afraid it's tradition, and tradition is very important.
You don't even like being a fool.
I hate it, but if I've got to be one, I might as well do it properly.
That's really stupid.
Foolish, I prefer. If I kiss you, do I turn into a frog?
Magrat consents to shades of Githa Og and Esme Weatherwax on either side of her.
Granny's spectre glared at her. Nanny's involving much grinning and waving of the arms.
It was destined to be the most impressive kiss in the history of courting.
Boy, the infinite might of the old house of Star greater to it, who supports our Discworld, and by the four giant elephants who stand upon his meteor of back. I come to the gods of fate, destiny and time. The kingdom of Lancre shall remain frozen, while the rest of the Discworld moves on 15 years full and final. Then shall Nemesis come to fell me, self-styled King of Lancre. Right, we're off.
Does yours still need to be bump started?
I'm afraid so.
Did you feel the whole world move?
They've done it. We've kissed for 15 years.
What?
She's done it.
Done what?
Oh, nothing much, really.
Should we do that again? It'd be something to remember on my long journey to Ankh-Morpork.
What? That's 500 miles away. You'll be gone for ages.
I can't help it. The Duke's given me special instructions to get a playwright.
You don't have to go. You don't want to go.
It doesn't have very much to do with it. I promise to be loyal to him.
Yes, yes, until you're dead, but you don't believe that.
Well, no, but I still have to do it. I gave my word.
Just as we were getting to know each other, you're pathetic.
I'd only be pathetic if I broke my word, but I may be incredibly ill-advised. I'm sorry. I'll be back in a few weeks anyway.
Don't you understand? I'm asking you not to listen to him.
I said I'm sorry. I couldn't see you again before I go, could I?
I think I should be washing my hair.
Oh, when?
Whatever!
Oh, Magrat. Sweet, lovely Magrat. Ankh-Morpork, here I come.
What is there to fear?
A license to kill.
Forgery, plunder, and steal.
And more pork, not ever a city on all of the disc. And more pork, where every day is a risk. And more pork, did ever a city invest in their crime? And more pork,
found himself lost, deep in the shades, an ancient part of Ankh-Morpork.
Come here. What's this? Yeah, it's a clown. They're mugging a clown.
Theft license?
That's right. Only don't expect us to do you two, because we're on our way home.
That's right. We done our... What's it? Quota.
But you were kicking him.
Well, not what you call an actual kicking, more like a foot nudging. Fair is fair, we did fetch Reggie a right old thump, didn't he, Reggie?
Yeah, some people have no idea.
What? You are?
J.H. Flannelfoot, Boggis and nephews.
And nieces.
And nieces. Bespoke Thieves, the old firm, established 1789. All types of thefts carried out professionally and with discretion. Houses cleared, 24-hour service, no job too small. Right. Let us quote you for our family rate.
Well, it all seems to be in order.
In order? To rob somebody?
Well, we'll give him a chitty, of course, so he won't get done again today. Oh, bloody hell!
Oh, now we for it.
How was I supposed to know, eh? I mean, look at him. How much would you expect him to have? A couple of coppers, right? I mean, we'd never have done him when he was on our way home.
You try and do someone a favour these days, and this is what you get.
Well, how much did you get then?
Well, there must be $100 silver in here. I mean, that's well out of our league. You've got to be in the Guild of Solicitors or something to take that much. That's well over our quota.
Well, give it back then.
Yeah, well, we can't now because we've given him a receipt.
Yeah, they have all numbers on them. The Guild of Thieves check up on them.
How would it be if you were to rob him of, say, 5 copper pieces instead?
Yeah, what's going on?
That represents 2 copper pieces at the going rate, plus expenses of, say, 3 copper pieces for time, call-out fees...
wear and tear on Kosh?
Exactly.
Very fair, very statesmanlike, I'm sure. Anything for yourself, sir? We're doing a special on GBH this season. Practically painless. You barely feel a thing.
Hardly breaks the skin. Plus, you get a choice of limb.
I thank you for your offer. It is very generous of you. However, I feel I must decline it. I'm already very well served in that area.
Right you are then. Very well, sir.
Yeah. That was amazing. How can I ever thank you?
Oh, you're a fool, aren't you?
Yes, it's the bells, isn't it? Look, is there a tavern around here? I'd like to buy you boys a drink.
Oh, that would be
We'd
lovely.
love to, but we got to go back to the theatre.
You two are in the theatre?
That's right. This is Tom John, son of the great Vitola. Name's Well, the playwright.
Then I've come 500 miles to find you. My employer, he needs a play written. And he's willing to pay.
It was, as Well would have noted in his stage directions, later that same day at the scaffold-clad Disc Theatre.
Can you do it?
It sounded interesting, the way he told it. Evil king ruling with the help of wicked witches, storms, ghastly forests, true heir to the throne in life and death struggle, flash of dagger, screams, alarms. Evil king dies, good triumphs, bells ring out.
Showers of rose petals could be arranged. I know a man who can get them practically at cost. So, you'll do it then, will you?
It's got a certain something. Oh, but I don't know.
I'm not trying to pressure you, you know.
It seems a bit fishy. I mean, the fool is decent enough, but the way he tells it is very odd. His mouth says the words, and his eyes say something completely different. And I got the impression he'd much rather we believed his eyes.
On the other hand, what harm can it do? The pay's the thing. The play's the thing.
But we can already afford to build the disc theatre.
Yes, well, just the shell and the stage. Not all the other things. Not the trapdoor mechanism, or the machine for lowering the gods out of heaven, or the big turntable, or the wind fans.
Do you remember the old days we used to manage without all that stuff? All we had were a few planks of wood and some painted sacking. My word, we had spirit, didn't we? Mind you, we could afford a new wave machine. Just a small one, mind. I've got this brilliant idea for a ship right on an island.
Sorry. We have had some huge audiences.
Yes, but they pay halfpennies. I already owe Christopher Fraser Troll more than I should.
But he's the one who has people's limbs torn off.
It's okay. I'm keeping up with interest payments, more or less.
Yeah, but how much do you owe them?
An arm and a leg.
What?
I did it for you two. Tom John deserves a better stage. He doesn't want to go ruining his health, sleeping in lattes, never knowing a home. And you, my man, you deserve somewhere settled, with all the proper things you want to have, like wave machines and wind fans and so forth. You talked me into building the disc theatre, and I thought, they're right. It's no life on the road, giving 2 performances a day to a bunch of farmers and going round with a hat afterwards. What sort of future is that? We need our own place, with proper seats for the gentry people who don't throw potatoes on the stage. I thought, blow the cost. I just wanted you to have everything that you would need.
All right, I'll do it. Eh?
I'm not trying to pressure you into it, though. It's all your own choice.
Well, I suppose there were some nice touches. 3 Witches was good. Lots of smoke and green light. You do quite a lot of 3 Witches, actually. Surprising, nobody saw that before.
How far away did he say he came from?
Oh, the Ramtops. Some little kingdom nobody's ever heard of. It'll take months to get there.
Well, I'd like to go anyway. That's where I was born. That's what you said when you were on tour with the Ramtops.
Yes, well, I can't exactly remember where.
Well, I could take some of the younger lads. Well, we can make a summer of it.
Quill has got to write the play, yes.
He's already started writing it. We could put on all the old favourites and still be back by Solcake Day for the grand opening of the Disc Theatre. All the disc is but a theatre, and all the men and women are but players. Sometimes they come on, and sometimes they walk off.
Okay, very well. Very well. Will you go with them?
Oh, yes. Tom John's still a bit wild and needs to know the hell around the place.
I'll miss you, laddie. I don't mind telling you. You've been like a son to me. How old are you exactly? I never did quite know.
58.
You've been like an older brother to me. I don't know what I'll do without you and Tom John around, and that's a fact.
Oh, it's only for December. You said yourself it'll be a good experience.
I was all for it at first, you know. And then I thought, there's destiny afoot. Whenever everything's going well, there's always bloody destiny. That's where he came from. Somewhere in the mountains. And now fate is calling him back, and I shan't see him again.
It's only for December.
Don't interrupt. I was right in the dramatic flow there.
Oh, sorry.
You do know he's not my flesh and blood.
Look, all this hereditary business is not what it's cracked up to be, eh? You
his father. Yes, but you said he looks like this fool character. I did see it myself, mark you. Well, life's got to be right, hasn't it? Could be some destiny at work there, too.
Farewell, Father.
Granny Redwood squinted irritably into Nanny Odd's crystal ball. It wasn't a particularly good one, being a greenish glass fishing float brought back from foreign seaside parts by one of her sons.
Besides, its glass was cracked, thus tending to distort things somewhat, and it smelled of bygone lobsters.
He's definitely on his way. In a cart.
A fiery white charger would have been favourite.
Has he got a magic sword?
You're a disgrace, the pair of you.
A magic sword is very important. We could make him one out of thunderbolt iron. I've got a spell for that. What you do is you take some thunderbolt iron, then you make a sword out of it.
Oh no, I can't abide that sort of thing.
Oh, and a strawberry birthmark.
Can't abide strawberries. Must have worked, otherwise he wouldn't be coming here.
It's a long
I dare say the swords and the armour are in the cart.
It's a long road. There could be bandits.
We shall watch over him.
That's not right. If he's going to be king, he ought to be able to fight his own battles.
We don't want him to go wasting his strength. We want him good and fresh when he gets here.
Then I hope we shall leave him to fight his battles in his own way.
Quite right, providing he looks like winning.
Whatever happens, not meddling.
Oh, it's not proper meddling, just helping matters along.
I think I shall never understand witchcraft. Just as soon as I've got a grip on it, it changes.
We're all just people. You, had a row with your young man?
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Haven't seen him about for weeks.
The Duke sent him to some place or another. Not that it bothers me either way.
Oh, quite.
The lattice toiled up the dusty slopes of the ramp tops. There was this kind of big, empty silence.
Well looked at the baking purple moorland around them. It was a landscape of indescribable beauty that not only didn't have any people in, but didn't need them either.
I think we're lost.
Well, we were lost about 10 miles ago. There's got to be a new word for what we are now.
Where are we then?
The mountains. Perfectly clear of my atlas.
Yeah. We ought to stop and ask someone.
Oh, a badger? A lonely curlew? Who exactly did you have in mind, eh?
That old woman in the funny hat. I've been watching her. She keeps ducking down behind a bush whenever she thinks I've seen her.
Hold there, good mother!
Who's mother?
Just a figure of speech, miss.
Miss. And I'm a humble old wood gatherer gathering wood. Larks, you did give me a fright, master, my poor old heart.
I'm sorry?
What?
Your poor old heart what?
What about my poor old heart?
It's just that you mentioned it.
Oh, well, it isn't important. Larks, I expect you're looking for Lanker.
Well, yes, all day.
Yeah, you've gone too far. Go back about 2 miles and take the track on your right, past the stand of pines.
When you meet a mysterious old lady in the road, you got to offer to share your lunch with her or help her cross the river.
You have?
It's terribly bad luck not to.
Would you care to share our lunch, good ma'am?
What is it?
Salt pork.
Thanks all the same, but it gives me wind.
We can help you across the river if you like.
Oh, what river? We're on the moors. There can't be a river for miles.
They were soon lost again. She could have given more explicit instructions.
Oh, well, like ask her the next crone. Look over there.
Just a humble wood gatherer.
Would you care to share our lunch, good man? Miss, it's only salt pork, I'm afraid.
Meat is extremely bad for your digestive system. If you could see inside your colon, you'd be horrified.
I'm sure I would.
Did you know that the adult male carries up to 5 pounds of undigested red meat in his intestines at all times, whereas pine kernels and sunflower
There aren't any rivers around here that you need helping over, are there?
Don't be silly. I'm just a humble wood gatherer, collecting a few sticks and maybe directing a few lost travellers on the road to Lanker.
Thought we'd get to that.
Before cut left ahead, then turn right at the big stone with a crack in it. You can't miss it.
All right. Well, we won't keep you long. I'm sure you've got lots of wood to collect and so forth.
What do you think you're doing?
Waiting.
It'll be getting dark soon.
Oh, we won't be here long. Look over there. So, Pork, understand, take it or leave it. Now, which way is Lanker?
Keep on left at the ravine and you'll see the bridge. You can't miss it.
You forgot the larks.
Oh, sorry, larks.
I expect you're a humble old wood gatherer.
Spot on, lad. Just about to make a start, as a matter of fact.
You forgot about the river.
What's this about a play then?
Aren't you glad to see me?
Well, yes, of course. Now this play.
My lord wants us to convince the people that he's the rightful king of Lanka. Himself, mostly, I think.
And that's why you went to Ankh-Morpork?
Yes.
It's disgusting.
You'd prefer the Duchess's approach? She thinks they ought to kill everybody. And then there'd be lots of fighting and everything, and lots of people would die anyway. This way might be easier.
Where's your spunk, man? Don't you want to die nobly for a just cause?
I'd much rather live quietly for one. It's all right for you witches, you could do what you like, but me, I'm circumscribed.
When's this play going to be, then?
Harry, I'm sure I'm not allowed to tell you. The Duke said, don't tell the witches that it's tomorrow night.
I shouldn't, then.
At 8 o'clock.
I suppose you shouldn't tell me who's invited either, then.
That's right. Most of the dignitaries of Lanka. You understand I'm not telling you all of this.
That's right.
But I think you have a right to know what it is you're not being told.
Good point. Is there still that gate that leads round the back to the kitchens?
The one that often gets left unguarded?
Yes.
We hardly ever guard that these days.
Do you think there'll be someone there around 8 o'clock tomorrow?
Well, I might be there.
Good.
The Duke will be expecting you.
I thought you said that he said we weren't to know.
He said I mustn't tell you. But he also said, they'll come anyway. I hope they do. Strange, he seemed in a very good mood when he said that. I couldn't see you after the show, could I?
I think I should be washing my hair. Now, excuse me, I have to go.
Oh yes, but I brought you this present.
He shrugged as Magrat disappeared between the trees. He looked down at the necklace woven tightly between his nervous fingers.
It was, he had to admit, terribly tasteless. But it was the sort of thing she liked, all silver and skulls. He'd spotted it in Ankh-Morpork, and it's cost him too much.
Mary, 'tis true. Witches sometimes do unpleasant things to people. Sometimes.
It was the evening of the performance, and Lord Kelmit beamed madly at the world, which was looking good right at this moment, as he paid a backstage visit to the players. He chuckled violently as he looked at Quell's script.
Well smiled, but he was desperate to get the play on and get out of there. Away from the Duke with his eyes like two raw eggs, and the Duchess whose glare could nail focus to the wall.
This is perfect.
Thank you.
You've got it spot on about that dreadful accent. You could say you might have almost even been there.
You weren't, were you?
No, I just used my imagination.
Well, it's exactly how it was.
Will have been.
Well, it's word for word how I'm going to remember it. I see you've got Deaf in there too.
Oh yes, always popular, people expect it.
And everything's ready?
Curtain up in 1 minute.
How much did we say we were going to pay you?
I think you mentioned another 100 pieces.
Worth every penny. My love, it will be impossible for the witches to stay away. I've alerted the captain of the guard to arrest them as soon as they appear on sight.
Remember what happened last time, foolish man.
But the tide of the public feeling is on our side. That sort of thing affects the witches. Depends upon it. You must admit, my precious, that the experiment seems to be working.
It would appear so.
Come, dearest, and by the end of the play, we shall have those witches under lock and key. Oh, I'm feeling so happy.
Come on, Daft, get out there, will you? Pull up and don't you get going. Where are those witches? Where are those blasted witches?
Oh, I've lost my wards. God, yeah, they're receiving living in this wig.
All right, calm down. It'll be all right on the night.
This is the night well.
Avenge the terror of thy father's death. Come on now. You're evil hags, right?
Yes.
Tell me what you are.
We're evil hags.
Oh, I can't hear you.
We're evil hags.
And what are you going to do?
We're going to curse people?
Louder!
We're going to curse people.
Now tell me what you are.
We're hags.
What kind of hags?
We're black and midnight hags.
And are you scheming?
Yes.
And are you secret? Yes. Tell me what you are.
We're scheming, evil, secret, black and midnight hags.
Now go out there and give them all. Not for me. Not for the goddamn captain, but for Corporal Wilkowski and his little dog. What are you waiting for? Go out there and curse them.
Well, there's no crown. I've got to
Crown. And one with the big red jewel on it. Very impressive. Used it in that place with the big square.
I think we left it there.